So here I'm explaining about the cell structure and some theories. So the cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in the year of the 1665, and then Antony van Leeuwenhoek was the first person who was discovered the microorganisms, and he observed that the live cell under the microscope, and he was the person who called animalcules. Means he named microorganisms as animalcules. Darius Jansen was the first person to make a compound microscope, and he described the algae. That means the example is Spirogyra. That means he explained about the algae Spirogyra. M.J. Scleeden and Swan explained about the cell theory, and he also stated some statements about the cell theory. So these are the some principles which came under the cell theory. All life forms are made from one or more cells. Cells only arise from pre existing cells, and the cell is the smallest form of the life, and the cell also provides us with an operational definition of the life. Here am I explaining about the cell model theories. Pfeffer in the year of the 1877, he was the first scientist who studied about the osmotic pressure within the cell, and he referred the name as a cell membrane as a plasma membrane. And then Charles Ernest Overton was a scientist who proposed that thin membranes which surrounding the cells have the properties like a oil. So and he named it as lipoids. And then Langmuir was the scientist who proposed that molecular film the the polar head groups were directed towards the water, and he also proposed that hydrophobic hydrocarbons are pointed towards the air phase. That means here the polar head groups will be directed towards the water, and then the hydrophobic hydrocarbons will face towards the air phase. And then another scientist, Goddard and Grendel, he was the scientist, proposed that lipids will form a bilipid layer, and he proposed the lipid bilayer cell membrane theory. And these are the few types of the cell model theories and described by the various scientists.